Lunged at him. He didn't do anything. He just hung out. And do you think you had to be the alpha? You had to be the leader with him, or?
Well, I raised him with the female, and she was definitely in charge.
So he had another dog that kind of schooled him.
Yeah.
Wow. And the female could come out like this too? Mm-hmm. Wow, so this is her second one she's had that she's been able to take out, be around dogs. Now with him, sometimes he'll start to posture with dogs. He'll try to stand up to him, and I got to tell him, like, hey, come on. Yeah. Do you have to tell him, come on? Or?
I've done that a couple times where, yeah, and I think it's just depending on whatever the dog is putting on. Wow. But he's never attacked, so.
But he has killed a raccoon. Nobody likes raccoons. Look at his face. Look at your big head. Oh my gosh. He needs to be the ambassador for the Akita breed. Wow. How much time how little was he when you started socializing him?
After he had his shots. So
oh, very young, puppy.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm really amazed too, I have to say, like, you don't have a prong collar on him, you don't have an e-collar, you just got a normal collar on him. Did you train him a lot to not pull, to listen, to...
Yeah, I did start him off on a prong collar.
Okay, yeah. He
definitely doesn't need it now.
Just look at what a mellow guy he is. I mean, he's so confident. But I think what she said was the biggest thing, and that's what I find is, you know, it's understandable to realize they are Akitas, as one of my teachers said. They are bear hunting dogs from Japan. But then it's also important to realize if you socialize them when they're young and you get them out there and they understand their place in the world, they're not just like some psychopathic killer dog that there's no possibility of ever getting them to a manageable level. I mean, this is... wow. But it took... I mean, obviously you were committed from when you had him to take him out. Wow. He is so big, and he's how old?
He just turned 7.
Wow. 170 pounds. Jesus Christ.
Oh, hey, somebody as tall as you, Blaze.
What does he think about the little dogs?
He's fine. In fact, I should see if I still have that video. When he gets groomed, there's a little dog in there and plays tug of war with it, and he just holds on and just moves. It's a little min pin.
What?
He tugs it back and he just goes back and forth, and that dog holds on and just.
So she's telling me she takes him to the groomer.
He knows that it's a small dog.
Wow.
And he just, acclimates to
She knows. She says she takes him to the groomer, and the dogs roam around underneath his feet. He doesn't care at all. But I think the key is just so much socialization, huh? From when he was a pup, so that he... Because a lot of times people say, oh, and they talk about social climbing, that the dog will reach 4 years old, and then around 4 years old, they will try to assert themselves. But it seems to me like you just did so much socializing with people, with dogs, with cats, that he is a dog that really has a very deep understanding of, like, the world.
Yeah.
That his hormones don't, like, take over his... Hey, look at this. People are just running by. He does not even care. Was he always this mellow?
No.
He's older now.
I think older. I mean, he's always been mellow, but and he's pooped right now from the end of our walk. Normally, if there's a dog running, he's chasing it.
Wow.
But very rarely does he catch any.
Look at that. Look at all of his extra skin on his neck.
I know.
Blaze, you're a good boy. Oh my God. Wow. And he has some hair patches missing.
So he's got the Santa Barbara itch.
Oh yeah.
So we've just started him on the oral flea medication, and that's completely helped.
Yeah, this guy will get the itch. He'll chew a hole in himself.
So now the hair's starting to come back. But you can see all those little freckles underneath.
Yeah, we did the Zymex shampoo with him. I do Zymex shampoo and conditioner, and then to get the flea medicine completely on there.
I've got that now. We started that. So at first I had to bathe him every day.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't.
Now I'm on once a week for forever. But they also have leave-in mousse, and I do that on some of those patches.
Yeah, that's how this stuff was. There's a conditioner that we put on that. Wow. I got to say, I'm so impressed, and I know all my fans out there in the Akita family is going to be so excited because, you know, like I said, I think what she said is the truth. It's not that Akitas are destined to be aggressive. It's just that the amount of socialization they need is way far above and beyond what a normal dog needs to really be successful. And then you also keep taking him out through his whole life, so he keeps. It's not like you leave him in the yard all the time, and then he just gets one interaction with dogs. And look at him.
Oh, you're gonna roll over on your side now. It's gonna be a good bath today.
And any dog, if they're pulling, it doesn't matter. He's fine.
Yeah.
Wow. And are you ever careful with some dogs that you're like, oh, don't introduce him to that dog? That dog's crazy.
I think sometimes I get a little hesitant, but then I try to relax myself because I know
Wow.
I pick up on that too.
Wow.
It's usually the other dogs that are very hesitant.
100%.
to come up,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
You know, 'cause
Yep.
it's so big.
He's huge. That is by far one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen in my life. But geez. Now the breeder you got him from, did they really breed the dogs for temperament? Did they say something like that? Like, oh,
No.
No. Wow. And do you know any of the other litter mates?
I do. Yeah.
And are they like him or they're different?
I think they're very similar.
Wow.
Probably a little more. I mean, he'll guard me when he's
Uh-huh.
not so pooped.
Yep.
But I think they're more. I don't know if they've been socialized as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he will be protective around the house or in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And how is he with people when they come over? You put him away or you just...
No, he's fine. In fact, you could probably break into my house.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I wonder what would work. He'll bark. He'll definitely bark. That warning 1 or 2 barks. And usually if we're on a walk, he'll come up in between somebody approaching.
Yep.
You know, and just stand there.
Yeah.
But that whole I was told from the first one that I got, you know, if you allow somebody in your house when you're there, it's great, but you know, when you leave and if they were to come over, then they won't let them.
That's what happens with her. Like, I have a dog walker that I was using who worked at the shelter for years, and then I'd set her up with her on the leash, and then she'd come home, she'd drop the leash so she could drink, and then the dog would be like, you're not taking the leash off me, you're not touching me, you're not coming in the house. But then she's very particular. Certain people with certain energy, she loves them.
Yeah.
Other people, she's very much like, I don't trust you, you're not coming in the house.
It's weird how they pick up on it, but I like it.
Oh, I love
You know,
I love
and
them.
whether he would do anything or not, nobody's gonna
She's
come in the house
huge.
anyways.
I was just working with somebody who had a Mastiff, and the dog's super sweet, but so massive. I was thinking, who in their right mind would walk into a house with a dog that his head is so big that it wouldn't, you know, my friend who gets kind of scared by him sometimes calls it the lizard tingle. Wouldn't feel that like lizard tingle in their brain of going like, this is a bad idea. He's super friendly. He's been really mellow since he was a pup. He has had unneutered dogs in the property where I live. He has messed up a few unneutered dogs, but now that's the one issue with him where when unneutered dogs are over and he's letting me know like he's not comfortable. Plus he has his mom and his sister there. He's like kind of protective over them. Now I'll put him away when there's unneutered dogs in the yard. Outside, he's never attacked a dog. He's never hurt a dog at a dog park ever. But she's telling me the same thing with him, is that he wants to play rough, and that it can really scare the crap out of a dog or scare the crap out of the owner.
Yeah.
Now some dogs he meets, he plays with them and they are fine.
Yeah. And all they have to do is give him that warning, and then he doesn't grab onto him anymore.
Wow.
So once they assert themselves, he's fine.
See, here's Henry's little like putting up his fur, and he's pretending he's Blaze. He's like, I'm a big 170-pound Akita. It's like, Henry, you're about 80 pounds. No. I am just blown away by him, and like I said, I know everybody's going to be really happy to hear that because, wow. There's just a lot of people too, like I get questions, should I adopt this dog? Should I get an Akita? And I'm always telling people, don't do it, don't get an Akita. But, I mean, do you think that the first one you had, there was a learning curve by the time you had the third one that it made you, because this, just to be clear, this is the third big Akita you've had.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever get another dog. I can't imagine.
I know how you feel.
Yeah.
I go and look at the shelters in LA. I'm like, Chow Chow, Akita. If I rescue another dog, it's going to be a Chow Chow or an Akita.
So sad, but I think my first one would have been fine if I had socialized.
Yeah,
him.
it's true.
I think that was the key.
And from the time where he's so young and so little that he really fully has it ingrained in his brain of like, this is other dogs, this is how you meet them. But then you were saying something about the dog parks. It's too much.
It's just because of the way he plays. It's
Oh, okay.
You know what you get from other people.
Yep.
He's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, but
But he'll play rough.
Yeah, he likes to grab on, and
That's
this size.
that's what this guy
this
does. He
size
grabs
just freaks
on.
people out.
That's how Henry is.
And
Henry
if
will
he-
grab on as soon as
if
they
he
yelp. He's done.
Really wanted to hurt your dog, he would
he would hurt him.
absolutely hurt your dog. And
Wow.
yeah.
He's just such a beast.
I wore you out today, didn't
And any of your Akitas before, did they ever hurt dogs or hurt people or?
The first one, I think I'd mentioned twice we had smaller dogs that came running towards us barking, and he grabbed them in his mouth. Just held on to them though. He never hurt
He
them.
didn't hurt
never
them.
shook
Wow.
them, anything like that. But he grabbed on. It was like, no.
I have to say too, personal observation, this lady has a really calm energy.
Oh.
Like almost like you seem like you're a therapist or something. Like she has a very calm energy, and I have to say that's what she was saying is that's a big thing you're saying is that they pick up on the nervousness, they pick up on the anxiety. Looks like a boxer Rottweiler.
It's Boxer and Queensland.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of a cool cross.
That is a great dog.
Hi
It's like a boxer but doesn't get overheated. Isn't this dog massive?
It's awesome. How old?
7.
Wow,
170 pounds.
you're beautiful. I used to work with an Akita. She was not very nice.
Oh yeah.
We were just talking about that.
Very, very protective of her man.
Wow.
That's exactly
And-
what they're supposed
Yep,
to do.
yep.
Yeah.
But she was, as long as he wasn't around, she was friendly with other people. But
Wow.
not if he was there. It was like all ground.
Taya, we're not in Arizona. Don't stand your ground. Let's go. She will stand her ground and she will try to like.
Yeah.
Actually, it kind of happened at Tucker's Grove where she was there. A big wolf hybrid came up and she was like, "Hey, leave me alone. I'm not
Yeah.
friendly." And he just grabbed her by the neck and went to shake her.
Oh, geez.
I was fortunately right there and I looked around. Nobody was paying attention. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna kick the dog." But before I did, the dog looked at me and was like, "Oh, okay, I'm dropping her."
Oh, that's good.
So ever since that happened, I do notice that that event made her a little bit more cautious. I'm just amazed. I mean, look, this dog's running up, and Blaze here is just like, "Yep, whatever. I'm huge. Nobody can hurt me." I've only met one unneutered Akita ever that was able to go places, and I was very
Pete.
amazed. I met a guy who
Pete,
he had this
Leave the
unneutered
runners
Akita
alone.
wandering around. I was
Come
like,
on.
"Are you crazy? This dog's gonna kill somebody."
leave it. Leave it.
But we went to the river and the dog was hanging around, and you know, every once in a while if the energy got too intense, he would put the dog on a leash.
Yeah.
But he talked to experts everywhere and they were like, an unneutered male like behaving that way is totally an exception.
yeah.
His dad had his balls and yeah, he killed the dog, unfortunately. But wow, I'm amazed. But yeah, I own an Akita. It's taken 2 years to be able to pet her.
But a rescue,
Hold
though,
up.
right?
Rescue
Yeah.
and severely poorly socialized. I mean, he did pretty much everything wrong. Like, he kept her in the crate,
Oh,
but he didn't exercise her. And he didn't, and then he kept her in the crate, but then
No.
people would mess with her when she was in the crate and try to pet her, and she'd be freaking out. And he had roommates, and you know, he trained everyone to ignore the dog, and he never trained the dog to not bite or not be aggressive. And
So sad.
after 5 years, he snuggled with her in the bed, and he was going to take her in the next day to be killed. And like an idiot, I was like, "Oh, I can handle this dog. I have Akitas," and I got her, and I was like, "Oh, you can't touch her. You can't put a leash on her. You can't." Yeah, I couldn't put a leash on her. She would bite me.
Good boy.
And then even today, I mean, even today I was petting her this morning, and I was like, I still have to be careful petting her. It's been 2 years. But, you know, training dogs, I have to say, I mean, she's taught me way more. And any dog trainer, teacher, book Caesar Milan could teach me was this dog.
Well, this guy we've only had a year, but he had great people.
He's really great.
But well, it's been a lot of work. He wants to herd the joggers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No.
That's the
But
Queensland
they only
healer.
had him on like a condo patio, and they threw a ball. Never socialized him with other dogs. He was with kids, so he's great with kids.
Wow.
Why
But-
do people have pets?
I don't know. I have to question that.
I just don't
Why
know.
would you get a dog that is clearly a runner and keep it in a patio?
It's kind of our culture of kind of the disposable culture of the
Yeah.
kind of like consumer culture. I'm gonna buy this thing. This thing is gonna make me happy. I mean, it's like the teenage kid who gets a car and never changes the oil,
Yeah.
and then the car blows.